here. I know that didn't sound like it at all. Maybe we'll edit that out and try it just one more time. Hello and welcome to another Monday Night Live at Cafe Gratitude. Thank you, really, thank you. So my name is Shea, and I'm the organizer of this event, along with my partner slash now husband, Steven. We organize this event, and we bring in, on a weekly basis, different speakers to this venue for you and for anybody watching completely for free. All you have to do to be able to access the videos, here we're having a Vitamix moment. I'm gonna hold on a sec. Okay, so all you have to do to be able to watch these videos, either if you want to see this one again anytime after Tuesday or Wednesday, or if there's anything in our past speaker archive that you'd actually like to watch, just sign up for my newsletter. I don't spam you, I don't send out sales, anything. All I do is Monday Night Live news. I send out 5-minute phone interviews with upcoming speakers so you can see if you're interested enough in the event to come out for it. And then I've got every single event we've done since January videoed. We have a slightly different panel than, can't think of the right word, advertised. Yeah, we have a slightly different panel than I had advertised for the last few weeks to a month, but an exciting panel nonetheless. It's probably even better in some ways, just so that people have more time to actually answer. Unfortunately, Christopher Aaron and Teresa Jordan, who were featured on the website and spoken about and sent out information on newsletters, they were unable to come up from Southern California at the last minute. So I begged, but I didn't have to, apparently. And Bradley Saul said that he would join us tonight, and he is the founder and director of Organic Athletes, which we were going to talk about a whole bunch tonight anyways. So very excited to have that happening. So we've got Kevin Park, Bradley Saul, and Zachary Scioli. I could never figure it out in my head. So now that we know their names, we'll just start off by having them tell you a little bit. They'll say their name again, say your age, what your sport is, just so people know when we get started. So go ahead.
Hi. My name is Kevin Park. My name is Kevin Park. I'm 2 days away from my 25th birthday. And I'm primarily a cyclist, but I do all sorts of activities to stay in shape: running, weight training, yoga. I'm a certified personal trainer, and yeah, that's me.
My name is Bradley Saul. I'm 31 years old. I've been a professional cyclist in the past. I'm now mainly a runner as well as a cyclist.
So I'm Zach, I'm 22. I'm primarily a cyclist as well, but I do multi-sport, swimming and running. I've done triathlons, and yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Well, that was fast. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your personal bio, as far as how long have you been doing sports, and where along that pathway did you discover raw foods, and what did that do for you? And you can take some time on this one.
So I grew up playing sports, soccer, baseball, basketball, cross-country running. I got into mountain biking at a young age. I was about 12 years old when I started that, and I raced on a pretty high level as a junior until I was about 15. During that time, always struggling from various energy issues, depression, health issues, which really did affect my performance, both as an athlete and as a functioning human being and as a student. So I kind of gave up my athletic pursuits against my will, just because I didn't have the energy to compete and train anymore. After I graduated high school, I just kind of hit rock bottom health-wise and said I need to change. Something has to change. There has to be a better way of living. Why don't I feel good? So I started diving into it and researching health, nutrition, and I found that the better I ate, the better my energy levels became. Health problems started to kind of dwindle away. Mood completely changed, my outlook on life completely changed, and I was able to exercise again. I had so much energy, I didn't know what to do with it. So I just started weight training, I started running, and I got fit pretty quick. And I attribute that to the diet, definitely, of whole foods, and I kind of transitioned to a vegan diet around that time, which was 4 years ago. And kind of through the discovery of health and nutrition, started to get a better understanding of how important raw foods were in the diet. So the more I added of raw foods, the better I performed, the better I felt, quicker I recovered, and it kind of just steamrolled from there to a completely raw diet, which I've been doing for about just over 2 years now. Been a raw foodist and 100% vegan, of course. And I love it. I don't see any reason to doubt the diet at all. It has given me so much, and it has completely changed my life. So I'm a very strong advocate of raw foods.
I was never an athlete growing up. I was the skinny, brainy kid in high school and elementary school. And then it was about the high school time that I got on a bicycle, and I would go ride with my friends, and I'll always be the last one coming out of the woods because we go mountain biking. And then over the months, I would keep up with them. And one day, my super athletic friend that was in every sport he could imagine, I kept up with him, and I was there with him. And I remember going down the road thinking, wow, I got better. And it was just, that changed me. And so that's how I got into sports, and I got into cycling. And I went to school based on where I could find a cycling club. Went to the University of Georgia, went through the rode for their cycling club for several years, went to nationals my first year there, and I moved up through the ranks pretty quickly. I was an elite amateur for 2 or 3 years, traveled the country. I got a pro contract 1 year, and I was traveling the country being a professional cyclist. It was a great experience, but at the same time of all of that, I was very much concerned about how to better myself as an athlete and get the most I could out of my body. And so I was obviously concerned about diet. And then in conjunction to that was a very strong ethic of compassion. And looking around at all my athletic friends, it was very much, you have to eat meat, you have to get this protein, so on and so forth. But as I started looking into it more, it was actually John Robbins' book, The Food Revolution, that sort of opened my eyes to hey, you can do this as an athlete. And that's how 7 years ago, I quickly became vegan. Soon thereafter became raw, and that's where Organic Athletes started 7 years ago. And I've been teaching people and educating people about it ever since.
So my whole experience with being raw and being an athlete and whatnot has been very profound in my life. I was a high school athlete. I played football. I played all the mainstream sports. I played lacrosse. Was able to do well at that. But getting out of school, I wanted something to be athletic. You know, I feel that there's a lot of pressure in society we live in. You know, like be fit, be lean, be attractive. You know, and you know, those were all things that interested me. I got into weightlifting, of course, and really just was topically stimulated to do things, you know, like I had said, weightlifting, and a lot of things put out there in the media, like, oh, you need protein. There's this protein phenomenon, you know, like, oh, you need all this protein, weightlifting, recovery, all that and whatnot. You know, and I definitely went down that road, and I feel had almost like a cathartic experience, you know, went to such an extreme.